And some of the things we get lost in, we get lost in sports. We like forget about ourselves. We always live vicariously through these players in our lives. We do this all the time. Sports gets into my life when I was got into my life when I was young, and whatever negativity I would have to live with, I would try to, it would help block out a lot of the things that we're going through. I had to go to the Roach Motel apartment to live in with my moms and my siblings and stuff, and we were always fighting and stuff. And but every weekend, Sunday was reserved for football. Every Sunday, I would sit in front of the TV with coffee, whatever junk food I had, and I'd watch football, and I'd get lost in the moment of football. So that way I wouldn't have to think about what I was going through. It was all kind of struggles in the house that we was going through. We lost a father early, all that stuff. And, football was like a refuge for us, And later on, it became a space to help us forget the fact that we were ever subjugated here in America in the first place. We were able to, drown our feelings. That's why you always hear these old dudes at the gas station want to talk about the sports all the time. That's what they do. And you see that game with so-and-so, and, oh, he did good. So you see Brady, he did good. Yeah, then they buy a couple of beers, and they sit there, they talking to you. They probably got a flat top hat, like, I wear them now. But the flat top hat, the buttoned up shirt with, shorts on or without shorts on, socks all the way up with flip flop with socks, like your the old timers wear, and they always talking. That's what they get lost in that. We always get lost in that. If we're not getting lost in sports, we're getting lost in movies and entertainment and stuff like that. And all this time you just get you get so lost in it. That whole early years of my life, I didn't even think about black quarterbacks. You saw them a little bit here and there. There was that guy that the Bears had a black quarterback that he used to be the bomb over there. He came from the Raiders. Forget his name. He was good. But you didn't really see a lot of them, and you really think about it. But they didn't, but living in today's reality, we now see it for what it is that they never want you to succeed. That's why they have all those guys there. And it's always a setup. It's a setup from the jump because it's just like my school when I you had to go through these white teachers to get good grades. You had to go up to them and kiss and give them apples and everything else to kiss their ass so you can make a good grade and stuff. Even though you earned a good grade, they didn't give you a good grade. And then it's the same thing. They got those coaches are mostly white. You got to go to them. So you got to get white approval. You always got to seek white approval. And every time you got to seek white approval, and once you seek white approval, you're always going to be seeking white approval everywhere. So when they when they leave the league or leave the games, any games, they turn into these big shuffle dancing coon mother effers that don't give a damn about black life. That's why they got guys like Shaq and Charles Barkley and all those cats be turning into them. And all those guys that be on Fox, the Fox Sports Network, and the ones that be on ESPN. They all do it. Kiss ass all day. Most of them do it. 90%, most of them will do it. And the only way to get free is if you get off once you leave the sport is just to do independent work. Be independent. That's the whole key. Be independent. You made enough money, set some money to the side and start a business. Start breaking those chains because they're gonna keep these chains on you. They got chains on me. That's why I had to get vaccinated. I wouldn't have got vaccinated if I had my own business, if I had my own thing. If you have your own thing, nobody has the right to tell you what you can do. You more or less, you don't have to do what society wants you to do. Society is going to make it so that you have to be vaccinated. Just like society made it so you have to kiss their ass. NFL is made for you to kiss their ass. NBA is made for you to kiss their ass. Sports, all of those sports, all those leagues, everything, they control everything. So you're going to have to kiss their ass. You got to make a place where you don't have to do that. You don't have to abide by their rules. You don't want to live by their rules. You don't want to abide by their rules. You're going to have to fight for independence. And big ups to Big L and RC that jumped in here. ABM, what's up, ABM? Great shows as always all through the week. You know, I feel like I should do at least 2 shows a week if I can get them in. But yeah, man, this stuff get on your nerves, man. It gets on your nerves because they do this stuff everywhere, and we just don't see it. I guess we just all sportsaholics. We're all sportsaholics out here. You know, we just try to get out of it, but we need to pay attention to this. One other thing we need to pay attention to, like I mentioned, health. Like I mentioned, your lawn, make sure your lawn looks good. I got weeds all around. I didn't know because we've been hiring somebody else to do the whatchamacallit service for a long time, but now I'm doing it, and they never said, oh man, you got a whole bunch of weeds out here. You ain't got grass, you got weeds. You got me chopping up weeds, make weeds look good. You can't do that. Can't do it, man. And so Cam was never placed in a system where he was going to succeed. And none of them were. So let me just read a little chat. I'm going to read a little chat here and then go back to what I was talking about. That ninja said he was trying not to think about it. But I see you about to make me snap. Yeah, it's just ongoing. It's always this thing with the league. The league don't think anything of you. Like they know Deshaun is in a bullshit situation that the owner probably is probably the culprit of, but they ain't gonna do nothing. And unless somebody else gets in, who really cares, gets involved. Did you see that? What was that? Was it a 30 for? No, was it 30 for? They did a show. It was on Netflix. Was it Netflix or something? And they did a show about the phallus, the thing up in the palace back in the day when the fight happened in the palace, and the bullshit ass commissioner went down hard on the NBA player, like the NBA players were the ones that both his fault when it was the fans and freaking fans that did it. Most of them was Caucasian and stuff, having the privilege to beat the game. You know, they price everything out so the black folks can't hang there. So when the white folks get there, they don't know how to freaking act like they always do. They act like savages. And he threw a freaking cup of beer out of the dude threw a cup of beer out of the stand, landed on Ron Artest, and then he had to go fight. You know, stuff just ticked him off, and he wouldn't go into the stand and fight like people do. They get upset. And then the commissioner, dumbass Stern, I don't like his ass. I never liked his ass from the beginning. He up there pressing all the talk, putting it all on the freaking players. The players had nothing to do. They were trying to defend themselves and stuff. Even the dude that did the investigation said so. And he was the only one that was real. That's all it is. All the time, it's always like one real white dude and a whole bunch of fucking people that say "fuck you, nigga" all the goddamn time. That's all you ever see in life a lot of times. And then you get these other niggas, they ready to snitch on you. They ready to talk about you behind your back it don't even at work or wherever. They ready to tell on you, snitch on you, so they can keep it in. If they can keep their money in their pocket or try to get a promotion, all for to get the whole bunch of nothing that they'll get later. And it's the same stuff that happens over and over again. It don't matter what it is, whether it's sports or whether it's something else. And we all get into it. All of us. I mean, all of us, but a lot of us do get into it. Like, oh my goodness, somebody, well, they gonna get on my nerves today. Everybody's calling. Okay, they're off there. So, yeah, like they always doing this stuff. They will undermine everything. There's always black folks undermining everything, and I be thinking sometimes, why can't black folks ever get together? And it's really, I mean, and I asked that question to one of my supervisors over there. You know, he a brother, but he understands what we be going through. You know, because we had conversations before, and he said, I mean, when I asked him, I mean, when I said, when will black folks get it together? He said, we'll never get it together. And that's a lot of us, man. We always think that it's just the best to just say what we see. But no, I can't live like that, man. I got to go by what I got to believe that one day we got to get it together and fight back. But what shows me that we're not going to get it together is stuff like when we go right back to the sport that continuously slaps me in the face and tells me to get over it. Just like they do just like they do in life everywhere else. They keep telling you to get over it, but they putting up Confederate statues and shit, you know, but you got to get over slavery. We ain't never getting over slavery till you freaking take care, till you go ahead and take care of this freaking debt that you left us with. And no, I don't believe that interracial couples is going to save society. That's a freaking fairy tale myth. You watch too many Disney movies. You would think that these interracial couples are going to save the world. Then, I mean, I don't know. I can't tell. No, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen that way. There's too many people marrying races. They're using that every time you think that that's going to help, it ends up hurting. Now, I have a couple of bits on my phone that from the TikTok app that shows I got little bits here and there with it. We got to get out of this mindset of sports is the cure for all. We got to get what we get out of sports and get the heck on. If you know, even the money that it don't amount to much. Even the money, because especially in football, because they ask you to risk your body. They always ask us to risk our bodies and stuff and then we end up with nothing. We end up with less. We end up hurt. We end up messed up and stuff. Our kids end up messed up. They don't give a damn. They might not even walk again. Some of them ended up with a couple of players, you know, that ended up paralyzed. That guy from Rutgers ended up paralyzed. He's still paralyzed. Ninja says that, no doubt, G-Money, football was the source of escape for a lot of us. And it has been escape for a lot of us, but we got to change our priorities. It's going to take a while. It's going to take something. We do need a Sports Anonymous or something. Sports Anonymous treatment. We need that. We need to have that so we can break away. But like a lot of things that black people have, you know, the stuff that we need. I know we need it, and all the people know that we need it, but we're not gonna get it. We're like in a boxing match where they don't ring the bell. They just keep us out there standing up, and the white guy gets to sit down. He gets a stool. He gets to sit down. The rest people just allow us to keep fighting. And standing up, we still swinging at things that ain't there. We can't listen to our cornerman can't tell us. We can't sit down and recollect. We have a reflection and reflect on what we should do in the next round or nothing. So they just we standing up there. We still up, but they hitting us. They hitting us all kind of ways And we don't know who we swinging at anymore. We swinging at her, mirages and